Hello? Shop?
Bonjour, monsieur.
Professor Hayes, I presume?
No, sorry, monsieur. My name is Philippe Lacoste.
Oh, I thought... Well, I was told that this was Professor Hayes' shop.
That is, in fact, true, monsieur. Unfortunately, Monsieur Hayes has neglected to punctually pay his taxes to the local administration on numerous occasions, which is why he is now in prison while I inspect and catalogue his possessions for the French courts. If you're here to assert claims against Monsieur Hayes, I'll have to ask you to wait until I have a complete overview of his possessions.
He does have something I need. Can you tell me where I might find him?
In the gendarmerie not far from the Medina. If you exit the bazaar through the northern gate, you cannot miss it.
Thank you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
It would have been too easy anyway. And in any case, the avalanche has probably cost the Countess half a day at least. Professor Hayes and the Eye of the Dragon are as good as mine. A skinny old man. He's sitting in front of a basket. I should probably visit Hayes in the gendarmerie first. This guy doesn't look like he's going anywhere. That's the gendarmerie. Looks like the gendarmerie's car. I don't need to add auto theft to my list of misdemeanors.
I beg your pardon?
Bonjour. How can I help you?
That handsome vehicle outside.
Ah, the pride of the gendarmerie. 35 horsepower, 3 gears, and 0 to 60 in 45 seconds.
You certainly seem to like it. I'm looking for Professor Hayes. I was told I could find him here.
That is correct. Professor Hayes is a guest in the cell behind me.
Could I speak to him quickly?
I am afraid that's impossible, sir. While investigations are ongoing, Professor Hayes is not allowed contact with anyone. That was a direct order.
But it's really very urgent.
I'm sorry, monsieur. The situation would be very different on payment of bail, of course.
Bail?
Naturellement. The judge has set bail, upon payment of which Monsieur Hayes can be released.
How much is the bail?
200 francs.
I see. That's 200 francs more than I have.
I assume you have the funds.
Don't worry. I'll raise the capital somehow.
You may bring the money to us anytime.
The bail money is 200 francs.
Oui, 200 francs.
And what if I ask really nicely?
Monsieur, we may be on African soil, but this is not a bazaar. It is the gendarmerie of the French Republic. An honorable judge has set the bail at 200 francs and it shall stay there.
Oh well. Worth a punt.
Do you have any other requests?
That's everything for now.
I wish you a pleasant day, monsieur.
Professor Hayes is in this cell. I don't think that the gendarme would like that.
Psst. Hey, young man.
What? Who?
Over here, from the cell window.
Hayes? Professor Hayes?
Shh. We have to be quiet. What do you want from me?
My name is Paddock. Fenton Paddock.
Not so loud.
Somebody in your shop told me I could find you here.
The friendly Monsieur Lacoste, no doubt. In these somewhat embarrassing circumstances, I think we can save ourselves any formalities. So tell me, what brings you here?
I need your help. Do you remember your Tibet expedition about 14 years ago?
Are you joking? How could I forget? It all began with that expedition. Call it fate or maybe destiny, but I don't believe it was chance that brought me there.
Then the name Yen Wang means something to you?
Of course. But why on earth are you interested in this expedition?
Yen Wang was an old friend of mine. He died a couple of days ago, and I used his maps from that time to try and find an expedition that's disappeared in Tibet. We reached the Kembalung Valley, but found a Nazi squad occupying the monastery there.
Stop! Stop! Are you trying to tell me that you have found the actual Kembalung Valley?
Well, I mean, technically the Nazis found it first. I just followed them. But they'd killed all the monks.
And what about you? Did you enter the monastery itself?
While I was searching for my friend, the leader of the expedition, I found a secret chamber. There were these symbols all over the walls. The same as the ones Yen Wang drew. He translated them using your notes.
Yes. When we were preparing for the expedition, I found a previously unknown script in a library in Nepal. I don't suppose you deciphered the symbols in the chamber?
Well, in a way. Yen Wang's niece actually did the translation bit. But you know, I got her there in the first place. It was all nonsense, though. Sleeping dragons and gates and fairies. But then there was something about a key. You can find it by viewing the Keeper's map through the eye of the dragon. I know it sounds crazy, but my friend disappeared in that chamber. I need to find him. Yen Wang wrote that you found the remains of a map and a gemstone during your expedition.
Perhaps, my friend, we should all be more open to belief in such stories. After all, Schliemann's belief in Homer's stories led him to find Troy. This is probably the greatest news of my entire life. We need to get out of here. I have the Eye of the Dragon. If your translation is correct, then I now know what to do with it. I will finally find Shambhala. After all this time.
Shambhala? The Nazi leader talked about Shambhala. What is a Shambhala?
The Buddhists call it Shambhala. But it's much, much older than Buddhism, or any other religion on this earth. The Nazis want to find it as well. How ironic. For years, no one believed me, refused to fund a second expedition. I lost my reputation and my job. But I knew I was in the right. And now, the Nazis of all people are drawing the same conclusions as I did. Even if only a fraction of what I found out about this place is true. It would be a major catastrophe if the Nazis were to find Shambhala. Do they know about me and the Eye of the Dragon?
Already on their way.
My, you do bring a sense of adventure with you, don't you? Get me out of here, and I'll tell you everything that I know. Not a second has passed over the last 14 years when I didn't think about finding Shambhala. Oh, my heart. Oh, this excitement is too much for me.
Are you ill?
Not ill. But not young, either. Could you do me a favor? There is a small case in my shop with an ornament on the lid. My heart drops are in there. Please get it from the cost.
What about the dragon eye thing? Isn't that more important?
Forgive me, young man. We only met 5 minutes ago. I'm not willing to part with the eye quite yet. But don't worry. Lacoste will never find it. Bring me the case as soon as possible. Then we'll worry about the eye.
Don't forget the Nazis. I'll do my best, but I need to find 200 francs for your bail as well.
Yes, of course. Here, take this ring. It's not worth much, but if you can sell it for a few francs, it might be a start.
Thanks, Professor. See you soon.